We're Steph and John, and welcome to Real Renos.
This is a real series where we take you through our own renovation in real time.
So let's do a bit of a recap. Thanks, John.
See how long we're smiling for during this reno. Yeah.
Cranes. We're just here today to help Steph and John throw in a plunge pool today. We're here with a Grove 60. A bit tight access, obviously. Taking out a wall and some trees for us. Plan to set the crane up here and then I think it's about 8.6 tonne. Just throw it over the tree there and in the hole. Fingers crossed it goes all right.
So as you can see, the pool behind us is literally rising up over our neighbour's, well, not house, but fence. Because we've been so lucky with all this access. And it's going to land exactly on the slab. It's been such a big morning. We've had to make sure the crane fit through this access point, the pool fit in. Nevertheless, we've now set up, everything's in position. We've got our counterweights on. And as you can see, the crane is lifting the pool up and over. So the deck will be from pretty much this point around here. The building line will move out to this point here, and then the deck will go all the way along. You'll have this nice connection point between like the barbecue area and this grass area, and then the deck will also run into the pool. So it's going to be a really nice entertainer's home that spills out from the living room.
So like we said, now that the pool's in, we can really see that transition from the deck into the pool. So that's why Yusuf was marking out the RLs before and marking out all the pool to make sure that we're at the right level, isn't that right?
Correct.
So
what's the steps ahead? So how do we submerge this properly?
Blue metal.
Okay.
So we'll backfill with blue metal or recycle rock, locks the pool in place, it won't move.
Perfect.
And what you could do is Plungy do offer these construction covers for builders that use Plungy all the time as well. So for us, what we're going to do is we're going to pop some timbers across and pop some ply to be able to protect the pool in the meantime.
Right, so you don't want it to... No.
I was just conscious. So the pool's now in.
The pool is in.
And we're kind of at that stage now of the reno where we're moving into the next stage. What does the next stage involve?
Yes.
That's why we went and met with Yusuf from Endeavour today, just to work out how we should stage the next parts of the reno, right?
Exactly. So again, you're wanting to do things in a methodical order, and we don't want to expose too much of the existing house because we are keeping a bit of it to the elements. So how do we stage that out, knowing that we're heading into winter?
Yeah. Wet season.
Wet season, which is technically not the wet season, but whatever. Anyways, so we're gonna protect the joinery as much as possible by taking the joinery from here, and we're going to move it into this sort of zone. We're gonna clutter all this all up together and protect this.
Because I think from here onwards, this whole roof ceiling structure is going. We're then demolishing this internal wall, but also the external wall. So we were working out with Yusuf when we should, I guess, rip this out, because the whole goal is not exposing to the elements for too long, like Steph said. From this point, this is where it gets really interesting and really intricate as a build.
Yep. So the ceiling is going to come down. There is a ceiling above it. We know that. We're going to lower this floor plate, and this is where we're going to be able to access our attic space. So you'll be able to walk up here and sort of have this like mezzanine looking into this sunken And then this will be also a cathedral ceiling with 2 skylights popping through. So as you can see, there is not enough light. Like
No.
it is, I think about 10 o'clock this morning now. We have the light. This is our north point, but the light's not coming in. So you're wanting to create that indoor-outdoor feel with skylights, and also this will be banked up with bifold doors into the courtyard space.
So I guess looking from here, we're going to obviously have our couch here. Like Steph said, from here you're going to have this really nice viewpoint of skylights bringing light in, but then you're also going to have that attic space which is going to be exposed.
And then when you like barrel gun down here, you'll see the sunroom sort of in that section, which is a mirror cathedral ceiling from here all the way down there. But yeah, when we get stuck into it, you'll be able to understand more. So let's do a bit of a recap.
So the next part that you're probably going to see is us bringing down the ceilings. Why we're bringing down the ceilings is because we are going to be using the attic space as part of this renovation. We're going to have storage, which is in the front part, but then the back part, like Steph said, we're going to have that nice mezzanine area, study retreat, and to do that, we want to see the structures that are above us.
Yes, so first step, ripping all the ceilings down, ripping all the floors down. We are doing a cellar as well. So again, we're working on the stuff that's all inside. And as we said, we are also doing a cellar. So we want to be working on the things that are inside of the house prior to going outside, and definitely ripping off the ceiling so we don't expose the existing to the elements too soon.
Actually, another part that we should take you guys on the journey of is, people usually think that demo is quite messy and clunky, but this job, there is some delicate type of demo that needs to be done, and I'll show you where. And it involves the fireplaces. So, bedroom 1 and bedroom 2, as you will remember, we have these beautiful original fireplace and mantelpieces, which we are going to keep. We are going to reuse them. Where we're going to reuse them, we're not too sure, but we think it's such a nice part of the building.
I'm sure.
Where are we going to put them?
Probably in the living room, but anyway.
There's 2.
No, the other one's not like an existing mantle.
Yeah, but we should try and reuse
We're
them.
using that one, not the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, as you can see, and like we covered off in the first episode, this fireplace takes up a lot of room internally.
Yes.
So we need to do some delicate demolition to get rid of the mantelpiece, but also remove the chimney sweep and the chute as well.
Yeah.
So, watch this space.
So the existing ornamentation we are taking note of because we're wanting to replicate it and restore it. Obviously, if you're wanting to rip down ceilings, you have to, intend to replace it with what's existing or something like it, or period to the home, so that you are, maintaining that character. So what you can see up here is this cornice exactly, and it actually has a picture out. So there's a cornice and there's a picture out below it. We're going to replicate that throughout the whole house as a recurring motif.
Definitely been used.
So on that same topic of taking from the existing and wanting to restore it and add it back in a grand way, reoccurring all around the house, is the skirting boards. This is the only room with the original skirting boards and architraves. So we're taking note of these certain details, and we get influenced by the way in which, like the beveled edges, the curvature, and then that's actually how and why we did cobbles in the kitchen. So I'll show you that detail. But it's those sorts of details that I like to see what the existing had, and then be able to adapt them in a modern way throughout the house and create recurring motifs.
So, like Steph said, this is a bit of a restoration project. We are keeping these 2 hallway architraves, which are fully original. I'm putting a call out to detailed plaster workers that can restore these. They're a little bit broken, and we're looking for someone to really restore it, nice finish as part of the reno. So, if you are a detailed plaster worker or know a detailed plaster worker that does work in Sydney's inner west, reach out. So now you know what's happening on the inside. We're still not done with the outside, but there's a few next steps. The pool's in. Obviously it looks great, but we're going to put some blue metal in to encase the pool,
yes,
keep it sturdy, and then we're going to start to plan out how we're going to attack underneath the house, right?
Underground cellar bit.
Exactly. So we're actually quite fortunate because our house sits quite high, which means we have a lot of room underneath.
Yes.
And it would obviously be a shame not to use it.
Absolutely. So you think that there's been a lot on, but there is so much up ahead. We've talked you through it. Now let's get doing it.
Yes.